I think someone like Darvin Ham deserves a lot more credit than he's been getting. This team started off 2-10. They dealt with LeBron and AD injured throughout various points of the season. They had the whole Russ ordeal. They had Pat Bev on the roster, a roster that desperately lacked wings, didn't have much center depth behind AD, yet somehow they made it happen. And I think a big chunk of that has to go to Darvin. He has to adjust on the fly constantly throughout the regular season. It can't be easy for a rookie head coach to go through that. Obviously, LeBron and AD kept them together throughout various points in the season, but another common denominator through all those rough patches, new acquisitions, is Darvin Ham. To be able to go from 2-10 to 4 wins away from the NBA Finals has been incredible. Sure, there's been a lot of speed bumps and a lot of things that you kind of question what the hell he's doing, but ultimately, he's really seemed to get it together as of late. And those things are expected from a rookie head coach. It's just that he's under such a big microscope because he's in LA that he's expected to get it all together on the fly. I've seen people on Twitter stupidly claim that the Lakers can't win a championship if Darvin Ham is their head coach, or the Lakers need to fire Darvin Ham, or so much chatter about what they would do better than him. But it's easier said than done. And ultimately, he's done his best, and I think he's done a really good job, all things considered. You can make the argument that he outcoached Steve Kerr in the Western Conference semifinals, and I don't think that's a stretch to say at all. Steve Kerr had never lost playoff series besides the NBA Finals. He was 19-0. Darvin Ham had plenty of adjustments in the bag, placed them all perfectly, seemed to have the right game plan to attack a team like Golden State that other teams just don't have. Obviously, the Lakers were blessed with the personnel to be able to execute those game plans, but someone has to press the button. Someone has to enforce those game plans. And I have to give credit where credit is due. The offense is a lot more free-flowing than it was with Frank Vogel, and I don't think that's up for debate. Obviously, some of that comes with having a guard like D'Angelo Russell, Lonnie Walker, and the emergence of Austin Reeves. But, again, there has to be a coach to put them in the right position to make it all work. Darvin Ham's done it perfectly. To not have wings on your roster throughout the first half of the season in a very wing-dependent league is crazy, and we expected him to just kind of figure it out, make it happen. I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. We set such unfair expectations on a rookie head coach, and it's crazy because now he's exceeding them. He really seems to be a player's coach. He speaks so highly of his guys, and also his guy, he's able to really unlock something that keeps all these guys just kind of happy for each other and locked in even when they're not playing. Like, look at Lonnie Walker. Obviously, I think super highly of Lonnie Walker's character, but it can't be easy to be on the bench for so long. And I'm sure Darvin Ham had tough conversations with him and told him, hey, we still believe in you. When your number's called, we're going to need you. That's hard to hear, but when it's delivered by the right guy, there can be understanding. And you can see why coming from Darvin Ham, because he was a player in the league for a long time. So he knows how it goes. He knows that there are tough conversations, and I'm sure he sees it from a player's perspective because he knows what he would like if he was in that situation, because he's been in that situation. So again, he's a player's coach. These guys really respect him. They play hard for him, and I just don't think he's getting the respect he deserves. I understand why he didn't get much Coach of the Year love, but there have only been 2 teams to win a playoff series after starting 2-10 or worse, and the Lakers are one of them. I know we want to give credit to Rob Pelinka, deserved. I know we want to give credit to LeBron and AD, deserved, and the rest of the pieces that just seem to fit so perfectly on this roster post-trade deadline. But there's one guy that puts it all together and is the glue, and to me, that's Darvin Ham. I don't think we can underestimate the amount of respect these guys have for him, because he was once in their shoes, and he had very humble beginnings, and a lot of these guys can relate to that, and vice versa. It just builds such a cohesive relationship when you're able to understand each other at just the base of who we are as people, And I just think things like that, they just go unnoticed because we're too focused on why isn't Mo Bamba playing? Why isn't this happening? There are things that go unseen to the public eye that we just may not understand. For example, Mo Bamba is dealing with a very serious ankle injury. He hasn't played at all, yet he's been dealing with it, been questionable. Now he's out game 1 versus the Nuggets. And it's just interesting because everyone was calling for Darvin's head because he wouldn't play Mo Bamba. Maybe he wasn't fit to play. Maybe he was just there in case of emergency. And yet, here we are in the public eye just judging him, basically saying that he doesn't know what he's doing. That's never the case. It's always much deeper than what we see. I think all things considered, Darvin Ham has passed his first year with flying colors, even if they get swept. He's exceeded expectations by far. For a rookie head coach, by far. Get out of here. The Lakers are 4 wins away from the NBA Finals. And if by chance they go to the NBA Finals and win, Darvin Ham would be one of 10 head coaches to win an NBA Finals in their first season as a head coach. And 4 of those were before the NBA and ABA merger. So it's really only 5 in modern basketball. I just think it's time we start putting more respect on Darvin Ham's name because it's deserved, but more importantly, because he's earned it. I'm excited to watch Lakers vs. Nuggets. Let me know your guys' predictions down below. Like, subscribe, do all that dumb stuff.